Alright, everyone, I am back. Thankfully, it did nothing to my video at the end, so the good part was not corrupted.
Inquisitor, I have been thinking. You remember everything now, yes? The explosion at Haven, the Fade, escaping the breach. In your report, you said Justinia was with you. But only you emerged in the end. Why? Why were you the only survivor?
Well, she was the one to save me.
She knew it was either her or me. And she wanted me to live.
Of course. Of course she did. That's just like her. Her message to me. I failed you too. I'm not sure I understand what that means. Did you say anything else? Anything at all? Please, if you remember.
No, that was the only thing she said.
I'm sorry, Liliana. That was it.
There are no answers in the Fate. Only illusions. A warped mirror. Justinia has never failed me. I was her left hand. Now she's dead. I failed her.
And now it's all gonna be heavy.
A message from Divine Justinia.
Are you alright?
That's a shock. Are you alright reading it?
Thank you for the concern, Inquisitor. But I am. This message was written months, perhaps even years ago, to be delivered to me if she died. I've heard of such contingency plans. A sudden death often leaves loose ends. I'm to go to Valence, a small village on the waking sea. There is something hidden there.
So, what will you find?
You know what you're looking for?
The Divine was a powerful woman who used her position to obtain all sorts of things. Whatever she hid in Valence would very likely benefit the Inquisition and must be kept from falling into the wrong hands. If I'm lucky, she will have instructions for me.
So, but why Valence?
Why hide things in Valence? What's so special about it?
Justinia was revered mother at the chantry there for many years before she became the Divine. It is a place that holds great meaning for her.
So what, you wanna leave?
Is this you asking permission to leave for a bit?
Well, yes. I can't imagine I'll be away from my post for very long. And I was hoping you would agree to come with me. Will you at least consider it? One more thing. If what is hidden in Valence is as valuable as I think, we're not going to be the only ones looking for it. I shall meet you at the chantry in Valence. Try not to delay.
Ah.
What we learned at Adamant concerns me. The hero Ferelden and I have been together for years. I nearly lost her to the Archdemon. She's looking for a way to stop the calling from taking her, as it does every Grey Warden. But if Corypheus has power over the Wardens, my love could be in danger.
That I am super curious about. Where is she
If
now?
you two are still together, why isn't she here?
Her quest took her far to the west, to lands that have never known the Blight. But Justinia needed me here. I owed her that much. My love and I are never truly apart. When this is all over, I will join her again.
Oh, good
And
for you
this
two.
time, nothing will come between us.
So, what leads does she have?
What makes her think she can stop the calling?
It has been done before. Grand Enchanter Fiona was once a warden, but something took all trace of the calling from her. A warden mage named Avernus also found a way to prolong his life with magic.
Yeah, I remember
It
that.
wasn't much, but enough to stop the hunt. She will find a way. I have faith in her.
Me too. I worked so hard on her, if you know what I mean. But were you two
Were
happy?
the two of you happy together in the years after the Blight?
Happier than you could imagine. The only shadow over our love was knowing that one day I would lose her to the calling. Her quest is for me as much as for her. She knows how much I have lost.
Okay, but so what do you suggest?
What would you like to do?
I do not know where the hero Ferelden is precisely, but I know how to get a message to her. She may have information that helps the Inquisition. At worst, it will do no harm. I will draw up a plan in the war room. Thank you.
And any updates?
Anything I should know?
Having the Templars join the Inquisition has
Yeah,
done
yeah,
wonders
yeah.
for the people trust the Templars, and now they trust us.
I'll leave you to your work.
Oh, that I absolutely cannot skip. Okay, first of all, just enough. Just enough to get another perk level. So here's what's gonna happen, guys. Since this was another big adventure, I think the last thing what I am going to do for this particular session, I'm actually going to speak with pretty much everyone.
It's time to plan our next attack. What's the state of the Inquisition?
We're well loved in Orlais. Say the words and Empress Celine will send her support.
And your actions at Adamant denied Corypheus his army of pet demons. With Orlais' support, our numbers match his. Corypheus's followers must be panicking.
My agents agree. Our victories have shaken his disciples.
Well, I'm sure they are.
We've beaten their god twice over. Corypheus must be livid. Where is he now?
After Adamant, Corypheus uprooted his major strongholds and sent them marching south to the Arbor Wilds. His army clearly wasn't prepared to flee. Our victories have them on the defensive.
Well, they'll be hard to miss.
Good of Corypheus to make it easy to find him. If he's hiding in the Arbor Wilds, that's where we finish him.
But what is Corypheus doing in such a remote area?
His people have been ransacking elven ruins since Haven. We believe he seeks more. What he hopes to find, however, continues to elude us.
Which should surprise no one. Fortunately, I can assist.
Well, it can hurt.
I'll ignore that you wandered in without knocking. You have my attention.
What Corypheus seeks in those Forgotten Woods is as ancient as it is dangerous.
Which is?
'Tis best if I show you.
Right, so it pretty much just continues of where we...
This is an Illuvian, an elven artifact from a time long before their empire was lost to human greed. I restored this one at great cost, but another lies within the Arbor Wilds. That is what Corypheus seeks.
Oh, the Elven artifact?
This belonged to my people.
I found legends of an elven temple within the Arbor Wilds, untouched. It proved too dangerous to approach, and thus I turned elsewhere to find my prize. If Corypheus has turned southward, he could succeed where I failed. The Illuvian would be his.
What does it do?
A more appropriate question would be, where does it lead?
Oh, she just goes without hesitation. I'm just hopeful I didn't start something like super major, like remote area and whatnot, since I only wanted like the minor table quests to start continue while talking with everyone. Like that was the initial plan.
If this place once had a name, it has long been lost. I call it the Crossroads, a place where all Illuvians join, wherever they might be.
That actually could be really useful.
A useful trick.
For one who knows the way, certainly. The ancient elves left no roads, only ruins hidden in far-flung corners. This is how they traveled between them. As you can see, most of the mirrors are dark, broken, corrupted, or unusable. As for the rest, a few can be opened from this side, but only a few.
Okay, so how did you find it, though?
How did you find out about this place?
My travels have led me to many strange destinations, Inquisitor. Once, they led me here. It offered sanctuary.
Sanctuary?
Not all the mirrors lead back to our world. The ancients were nothing if not resourceful.
So what the other side?
What do you mean, a few can be opened from this side?
Some of the Illuvians have been left unlocked, like doors accidentally left ajar. All others are closed. They can be opened only from beyond.
Opened how?
With a key.
So you have it?
I suppose you have such a key.
The key can be many things. Each Illuvian is different. I have knowledge as well as power. Often that is enough.
Well, still not quite get it.
This is all very interesting, but why show it to me?
This is not the Fade, but it is very close. Someone with enough power could tear down the ancient barriers.
And enter the Fade in the flesh. Like Corypheus wanted to do with the Anchor.
He learned of the Illuvian in the Arbor Wilds as I did. He marshals the last of his forces to reach it. You have made Corypheus desperate, Inquisitor. We must work together to stop him, and soon.
So I'm hopeful at least we are going back to the Skyhold and not somewhere good. Wait, so where does it lead us though? Ah, another seat in judgment. While we're here...
I understand you have spared the Grey Wardens from destroying what goodwill was left them. 'Tis good of you, considering the weakness Corypheus exploited was their own doing. Still, should a true archdemon one day arise, they will no doubt be needed. Or so they would have us believe.
Well, that's true. That's the main, one of the reasons I actually spared. Once the blight hits again, we will need them.
You seem to know a great deal about elven law.
The Dalish are not the only ones interested in the distant past, Inquisitor. Indeed, my skills allow me access to places the Dalish dare not even dream of. The ancient elves hold secrets they have not yet given up. Secrets about the foundation of Thedas itself. Thus, they are my focus. Corypheus clearly feels the same.
Anything else
I'd
about
like
you?
to know more about you.
If you have questions, then ask.
Nothing else, I
I'll
guess.
leave you to the garden.
Of course.
Well, now what I'm trying to get in before I was talking with everyone else. I don't want to do the judgment, since I simply am not in the mood for that. What I want to do is actually set the some of the new table operations in motion, whichever they might be. And now all no secrets. Not really. Inquisition. Well, from the looks of it, I'll go with the better prices, I guess.
Let's see what we have.
Yes, please. Aiding Kirkwall.
What happened in Adamant is a shame.
I'm still reeling over the army of demons. Imagine what would have happened if the Inquisitor hadn't arrived.
All right.
Alright, Colin, since you were in the Kirkwall,
Let us begin.
perfect. Well, I got more than enough power, and alliances, this will do once we finish this. Oh, and now Morrigan actually joins us in these types of operation. Alright, so first thing what I actually want to do, everyone. Now, Varric, can you give me your personal quest?
I knew Stroud, you know, not well. He led the Wardens near Kirkwall. Not many people knew who he was, but the man was a hero when it mattered. He wasn't the first good man to fall to Corypheus. He won't be the last. This story's no good for heroes.
Well, we heroes might make it. Let's
Some
cheer
of us
him.
heroes will make it. We're just too amazing to die.
Huh. If we're both still standing at the end of all this, I'll buy the drinks. Hawk asked me to tell everyone back in Kirkwall where he's going. I'll have to let Merrill know. I'd better write some letters. Excuse me.
Well, I'm sure Meryl will be happy about Hawk leaving.
Sorry, I really need to write some letters. Another time, all right?
Alright, if you say so. So let's like what in the actual hell?
I cannot believe the Grey Wardens could even conceive of such a plan. To seek out these old gods deliberately in some bizarre attempt to preempt the Blight.
Don't forget the demons.
And calling the army of demons. That's my favorite part.
The demons are nothing. They're a tool.
A tool that would have let Corypheus ride roughshod over most of Orlais.
Even if they hadn't, the entire idea is wrong. The Blight is not something one smugly outsmarts. Forgive me. The entire idea is unnerving.
What do you want me to do?
Natalie,
Oh my
Talk
god.
later. Goodbye.
Now that is just what's his deal really?
You have remarkably little here on early Tevinter history. All these gifts to the Inquisition, and the best they can do is the Malefica Imperio. Trite propaganda. But if you want 20 volumes on whether Divine Galatea took a shit on Sunday, this is evidently the place to find it.
So not to your standards?
I see. My library isn't up to your exacting standards.
It's alarmingly chaotic. I found a copy of the Oribalian in what seemed to be the Antivan Classics section.
How scandalous. Someone alert the Magisterium.
You laugh, but in some places there are punishments for that. Did I see something by Genitivi here? I could have sworn.
What is this about, Dorian?
When everyone returned, they told us about your tumble into the Abyssal Rift. You went into the Fade. Physically went in. Are you... all right?
Well, honestly, no, it wasn't like that horrible, but I did learn much.
I learned a surprising amount. What happened to the Temple of Sacred Ashes, for one?
Regained your memories. That's good then.
I think so.
You do realize this feat hasn't been performed in over 1,000 years. Corypheus and his contemporaries entered the Fade and began the Blights. In comparison.
So, I think I was lucky.
You're right. I was fortunate.
Indeed. Although there is cause for concern. If you can walk in the Fade, others will try to follow. Who knows what secrets Corypheus has revealed? Not all of them will be as lucky as you. What they could unleash. My advice? Keep this quiet. Let them speculate. Too many will see this as a challenge.
I actually agree with that.
That's a good idea.
There are enough idiots in the world who think if they just use enough blood magic, their problems will vanish. It's exactly the sort of thing I want to stop back home. This I don't need. What I do need is a copy of the Liberalum. I'll wager I can find Corypheus's real name. If I can prove he was a grasping ankle-biter with no family to speak of, the luster would come right off. Wish me luck.
Good.
Questions.
Yeah, tell me about the Imperium.
I'd like to ask you about Tevinter.
Popular topic. Anything specific?
No, that's all.
That's all I wanted to know.
Fair enough.
I should go.
As you wish.
Alright, so at least the operation is available. Well, of course, I'll do this. Solace for crying out loud again. I'm in the wrong area. What I wanted to talk is Vivienne. Like, we haven't talked like for quite some time, so just wanted to let's see if you have anything else to tell me.
My dear, I know you must have a great deal on your mind right now, but I need to speak with you. You know as well as I how far the Inquisition's influence has spread, and how desperate the Grand Clerics have become. Our opinion will be instrumental in their election of the new Divine.
Any advice on that?
What do you suggest?
The Inquisition may not be invited to their vote, but our actions will certainly influence the Grand Clerics. To sit on the Sunburst throne, a candidate should have grace, charm, and a will of solid steel. Cassandra may lack the first two, but unless you can think of someone better, she is the strongest choice.
What platform do you support?
What would your ideal divine do with her power?
The most important thing, of course, is the restoration of the Circles and the Templar Order. The institutions that have protected Thedas for ages must be rebuilt, and the malcontents utterly crushed. We cannot allow anarchists to threaten the lives of the innocent. After we have restored sanity to the world, there will be time to address voices of dissent.
So where else can we look?
Where can we find candidates outside of the Chantry? There must be someone other than Leliana or Cassandra.
The Chantry is already desperate. They would not look to unordained women if they had any choice. You may have better luck searching the halls of the Imperial Court. There are many women serving the Empire who have the necessary presence and acumen.
Well, you could make a good one.
Actually, I think you fit the criteria perfectly, Vivienne.
Me? My dear Inquisitor, Thedas will never accept a mage as divine.
Well, I'll make sure they do.
A few words to the right people, and we can ensure no one objects to you taking the Sunburst throne.
You do have a point, and a modicum of talent for the game. If the clerics could be persuaded to consider me, and it's not impossible, I could hardly refuse now, could I? We will have to be very mindful of everything we do and say, for the Conclave certainly is doing the same. If they look to the Inquisition to provide a sign of the Maker's will, we will have to give them the right one.
That might be...
You walked physically through the Fade. Please tell me what you remember.
Well, it wasn't the first time.
I was physically in the Fade at the Temple of Sacred Ashes, too. You didn't ask about that.
Darling, you didn't remember anything. Questioning you would have hardly been productive. No one else has physically entered the Fade since the Magisters assaulted the Golden City. Oh, I'm positively envious right now.
Yeah, can you tell me more about yourself?
I'd like to know more about you, Madame Vivienne.
Whatever would you like to know?
Yeah, Bastien?
Why don't you tell me more about your Duke?
Bastien was the leader of the Council of Heralds. The only person who could bring that rabble into line. He could charm a bird out of its feathers, and frequently did. I remember once, he broke up a fight between Prosper de Montfort and the Dowager with a joke and a glass of wine. Oh, Bastien. I'm sorry, my dear. I don't think I can discuss this.
That's okay. Yeah, like, I personally do not want to lose Liliana or Cassandra to something like that. I'll be perfectly honest with you. Well, we got that out of the mind. I want to keep Josephine for the last. I spoke with Morrigan. I can talk about with Cassandra, Cole, Sarah, Iron Bull. Yeah, so let me just do another round of talking, and then I'll finish my session with the Josephine. Yeah, everyone wanna talk big right now.
Writing does not come naturally to me, as I'm certain you can imagine.
Competing with Varric?
Trying to outdo Varric's next literary masterpiece.
I haven't his talent for blather. As if written by a dim-witted child. Historians will one day ask what happened at Adamant Fortress, in the Fade. I wasn't there, but others were. Their accounts must be recorded.
Yeah, just be careful.
Fair enough. Just be careful what you write.
Do not be concerned. I am a poor writer, but not unaware of the weight my words might carry. I still don't know what to say about the spirit of the divine. The Chantry teaches us that the souls of the dead pass through the Fade, so it could have been her. Yet even so...
I think it's possible.
Do you really think it might have been her? A ghost?
A ghost. A remnant of her hopes and memories. Her lingering will to do good. Those things are all possible. Nobody knows for certain what happens after we die. A spirit could have assumed her form, but why? It helped you.
Sorry guys, the
as
throat dry
Justinia
again.
herself would have.
I don't know either.
I don't know the truth any more than you do.
Sadly, unanswered questions make for poor reading. When they told me you were physically in the Fade, I was terrified for you. The last time such a thing happened, we created Darkspawn. We created Corypheus. The world needs to know the truth this time. No more legends lost to the ages.
Agree. And you just got me in here again. No, that's not what I was trying to do. Give me
I trust all is well.
a chantry.
May I ask you about the Chantry?
It is difficult to say what becomes of the Chantry now. They have no Templars, no leadership, and no one left who is worthy of succeeding the Divine. It has fallen apart when everyone needs it the most. I ache to think what this will mean in the days to come.
So why did you leave the chantry?
I'm surprised you rebelled against the Chantry.
I left my own order when they took the wrong path. It is no different. But in neither case did I stop caring. Indeed, I care so much that I feel drastic action is necessary. I suppose history shall one day judge my actions.
True, but should the chantry be
Do
saved?
you really believe the Chantry is worth preserving?
I do. But given your beliefs, I'd hardly be surprised if you disagreed. Cast the Chantry aside and new problems replace old ones. We will have learned nothing from history. The people need stability, and the Chantry needs a new purpose. Andraste had a dream for us. It can still be achieved.
What's the new purpose?
So what should that new purpose be?
A dedication to what is truly important. Instead of building cathedrals and sewing gowns for the Divine, the Chantry used to spend its coin feeding the poor. If we are to spread the Maker's word across the world, we must do so with open hearts and open hands.
Oh, you sound like an idealist.
That sounds rather idealistic of you.
Does it? I do not think it's so unachievable. The Chantry has many good, honest people. They just need direction and inspiration. They need to be freed from centuries of adherence to tradition and ceremony. A chance for renewal is at our fingertips. It does not have to come with utter chaos.
Oh, that's
Thank
good
you.
to know. Alright, so now let me do
Welcome.
yeah, everyone wanna talk big with me.
Again. Again. Come
This is why the Qun doesn't like women fighting. I should have asked Cullen. Good one.
Perhaps you can take over.
Qunari training exercise to master your fear. I heard about the nightmare at Adamant. Sounded big.
So what's the exercise?
Can you explain why I'm supposed to hit you with this stick?
Probably, if I try. It'd involve a lot of Qunari words, though. Just hit me with the stick, alright? I need to get over this demon crap.
Well, why won't you let's talk this through?
You're scared of demons.
Of course I'm scared of demons. Who in their right mind isn't? I mean, not like, oh, real demons. Big ones with fangs and crap. You're not gonna hit me, are you?
So what makes this stick special?
Is the stick covered in anti-demon charms or something?
Be nice if it was. For the Qunari, demons are the scariest thing out there. More so than dragons. Even mages. Possession, losing your mind. That's the worst thing that can happen to you.
So worse than dying?
Most of the demons we fought just wanted to kill us.
Yeah, not better. You think I'd have gotten over the superstitions from back home? I don't care about mages. Living so long out here, most Qunari would say I've already lost my mind. And I know that's not true. At least, I'm pretty sure that's... Well, shit, that's probably what it is. You could have just hit me.
Yeah, but talking is sometimes nice too. Plus, you know, I'm just a Quibble elf, so I doubt that it would be...
Pleasure as always, boss.
See you later, Bull.
Nice talking with you, boss.
I doubt that I will hit you any hard, you know what I mean?
You heard what they did out